Procrastinate on Purpose: 5 Permissions to Multiply Your Time by Rory Vaden. Avoiding priority dilution. The average executive gets 116 emails every single working day. Also daily, that same person handles multiple calls, meetings, and social media updates. Distractions that can eat 3 hours of the day before the manager accomplishes any real work. There is no such thing as time management. There is only self-management. Work-life balance is a popular catchphrase, but it has little application in real life. By definition, balance means the pull of equal forces in opposite directions, which implies that you should spend equal amounts of time on your personal and professional concerns. In reality, the reverse occurs. You focus your time, effort, or money in one direction for a short period of time to achieve quick results and then refocus on the other direction. When we prioritize, we aren't creating more time, we are borrowing time. Most time management thinkers pursue efficiency or effectiveness. Being efficient means being able to perform well without wasting time and effort. Being effective means being productive and doing good work. Multipliers instead exercise a relentlessly strong focus on results. They want to be compensated for what they achieve, not for their time. Rethinking time management. You can't control time. It marches on no matter what you do. If you try to manage time, you'll be stuck on a hamster wheel. But you can prioritize your time to good effect. Dr. Stephen Covey's bestseller, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, offered a time management matrix, showing how to classify tasks as important and urgent, important but not urgent, not important but urgent, and not important and not urgent. The second quadrant, important but not urgent, is where you should focus your efforts in building relationships, creating strategies, and following new opportunities. Too many executives heed the siren call of the first quadrant, important and urgent, and lose focus. The more successful the person, the more intentional and protective they seem to be about their time. When you prioritize your time, you rank some activities above others. Think of your 168 hours in a week as a pitcher of water. Divide your time into 6 glasses for faith, family, fitness, fun, faculty, work, and finances. Depending on what matters most to you this week, some glasses will be fuller than others. You might shift priorities and pour water back and forth as needed. We have a big fat fear of letting other people down. We don't want people to think we don't care, so we make ourselves available 24/7 to answer their beck and call. While others think two-dimensionally about importance and urgency, you can get a more realistic grip by thinking 3-dimensionally instead and adding significance to the mix. Significance accounts for how long something is going to matter, as opposed to how much importance or how fast urgency. Your life is your responsibility. Any commitments you have were either made or allowed by you. For example, say you can either create a customer service training program for your team or spend the time personally providing great service to your customers. If you consider significance alone, you'd select option 1. If you think only of urgency, you'll choose option 2. If you train your team to provide great service and also provide great service yourself, you're thinking more long-term. That's what multipliers do. Balance is not a benchmark you should be measuring yourself by, and it's not a standard that will bring you a life you love. You multiply your time by spending time on things today that will give you more time tomorrow. Pete Wilson, senior pastor of Cross Point Church in Nashville, Tennessee, deals with many different people who have strong feelings about how he should spend his time. Initially, he struggled. "I spent my time doing what everyone else wanted me to do, and my schedule and my life were out of control," he says. Let go of the absurd idea that you owe everyone an explanation. Wilson defined what success meant for him so that he could block out his time. He gets many requests for counseling, but he can manage to see only 6 people a week one-on-one. He also sets aside time for 3 lunch meetings a week with other senior leaders. What he doesn't finish during a given week rolls into the next. Using schedule blocking works better for him than being locked into specific hourly appointments and dashing from one to the other. Decide what works for you and don't be swamped by the business world's glorification of busy, a mindset that leads people to confuse busy with successful. The 5 permissions. Multipliers allow themselves to use 5 time management strategies or permissions. Eliminate. Drop tasks today to create more time in your schedule tomorrow. In a Salary.com survey, 47% of respondents said that meetings were their biggest waste of time at the office. Consider multiplier Ron Lamb, president of Reynolds & Reynolds, a software company for auto dealerships worldwide, who eliminated unnecessary meetings. If you communicate the right things to the right people, he says, you can turn weekly meetings into monthly meetings. This boosts productivity by as much as 36 hours per year per person. People don't need your opinion. They'll be fine on their own. Quit wasting time sharing your unsolicited feedback. Save it for the significant things. Besides meetings, you might also eliminate long or confrontational emails, watching TV, making unnecessary or constant changes in work products, gossiping, giving unsolicited advice or opinions, dealing with negative people, double or triple checking, and over-volunteering. Multipliers recognize the value of saying no. They remain non-committal and say maybe, or they say yes to things they want to do. When you choose one action, you say no to all others. Automate. Successful people realize the value of their time and money, and they invest automation to save both, as do those who recognize that, often, their time is more valuable than money. As a leader, you will be the recipient of people's problems, which are always going to seem urgent to them. You can automate in a variety of simple, easy-to-execute ways. Each job you automate saves time you can invest in more important, immediate tasks. Consider the following automated steps. Set up all your household bills for automatic online payment directly from your bank. Establish automatic backup systems for all your computer data. Scanning your receipts is a sample of useful automation that saves paper, as well as filing and research time. Ask the question, does it multiply your time? If the answer is no and things are working, then stick with what you've got. Automate your social media responses across all platforms with programs such as Hootsuite or Social Oomph. Create training videos that employees can view when they like. Then you need to teach each lesson only once, the time it takes to make the video. Outsource all customer fulfillment and shipping to vendors. Then, sales happen, product is delivered. You do nothing. Delegate. Most people think doing something themselves is the fastest way to get it done. They don't want to take the time to train others. But doing it yourself is faster only once. The real core issue that keeps people from delegating is perfectionism, which springs not from logic, but from emotion. Cost is another common objection. People think they can't afford to delegate. There is more to do than you can ever do. There is always something else that you could do. Multipliers understand the money value of time, MVOT. To determine the financial value of your time in terms of your hourly pay rate, divide your annual income by the number of hours you work each year. Learn to just flat out ignore certain things. Delete it. Eliminate it. Eradicate it. Get rid of it. Everything has a cost. Waiting in line at the grocery store, folding laundry, being on hold for a customer service rep, and more. Because pay is usually tied to results, delegating saves time. If you earn a $100,000 annual salary and spend 20 minutes waiting in line for coffee, you sacrifice roughly $13 in MVOT. Time costs money, whether you pay someone else to complete a task or you do it yourself. Delegating is a financially sound choice if you can hire for less than your MVOT. Outsource business and personal tasks by hiring an office assistant, accountant, bookkeeper, financial planner, lawyer, graphic designer, maid, nanny, gardener, or the like. Procrastinate. To use procrastination productively, you need the patience to understand the difference between purposely waiting for the right time to do a task and just putting it off. Sometimes time is the very thing that helps you learn to let go of one dream so you can capture another. Multipliers often wait until a deadline nears to perform a task or make a decision because they know circumstances can change. For them, the last minute means waiting out the period of time when they can still make changes without sacrifices like further delays in costs or repeated work. Sometimes working in advance can hurt you. Say a customer orders 1,000 units of a product. You box up the order 2 weeks early to get ahead, but then you get a call to increase the order, so you have to do more work. Sometimes the last minute is precisely on time. Michael Book heads the Book Agency, part of the MassMutual Financial Group. He manages a team of 130 insurance agents who recently sold $4 billion of new life insurance in the course of 1 year. All day long, Book deals with people clamoring for unscheduled time with him. His goal is to ensure that his managers have the resources they need to do their jobs. He explains that the vast majority of the pressures you feel in your life are not from your emergencies. They are from other people putting their urgency on you. However, someone else's sense of urgency may turn out not to be urgent to you at all. Generally, it stems from nothing more than an employee seeking the immediate gratification of an instant answer or completing something for the sake of completing it. You can recognize an emergency because the cost of dealing with it later is much higher than the cost of dealing with it immediately. Concentrate. Farmers perhaps best exemplify this final permission. During harvest season, farmers typically work 18-hour days. They don't have the luxury of being sick or thinking about other careers. Their survival the rest of the year depends on each season's crop yield. Like farmers during harvest season, multipliers concentrate. They identify their single priority. You can't really have multiple priorities. Your priority is the task that comes in front of all others. If you want to know which of the cups, family, fitness, fun, faith, faculty, and finances, is your priority, it's the one you're doing right now. When you switch to a different category, it becomes your priority. Whatever isn't a priority is a distraction. Give yourself permission to focus on your own priorities for the sake of self-protection. This doesn't mean you're selfish or don't care about others. Put yourself first so you can concentrate on what you're supposed to do and what means the most to you. According to the results of a survey of 10,000 employees published in 2012 in Take the Stairs, the average person admitted wasting 2.09 hours on non-work-related tasks every day of a 40-hour workweek. At an average salary of $39,795 a year or $19.13 an hour at the time that the survey was completed, this level of procrastination cost employers $10,396 per year per employee. Procrastination, employee turnover, office politics, constantly switching tasks, and other inefficient habits take thousands of dollars a year from employers. However, many companies focus on saving money instead of time. You can save both by becoming a multiplier and making the best use of corporate resources, your time and your money. Takeaways. People experience stress when they surrender to the tyranny of the urgent. You can't control time. It marches on no matter what you do. If you try to manage time, you'll be stuck on a hamster wheel. But you can prioritize your time. Multiply your time by spending time today to gain more time tomorrow. Calculate the money value of time, MVOT. Divide your annual income by the number of hours you work per year to yield your hourly rate of pay. Multipliers are those who multiply their time by giving themselves permission to eliminate, automate, delegate, procrastinate, and concentrate. Eliminate long emails, watching TV, excess changes in work products, giving unsolicited advice and opinions, double and triple checking, and over-volunteering. Automate all the processes you can. Delegate if you can hire someone for less than your MVOT. Procrastinate on purpose, by waiting until the last minute because requirements constantly change. Concentrate on what you need to do and ignore distractions. Thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe this channel for more videos.